bring snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Your boy Sin here. We have reached the end of our journey of Anime Vault Season 3, so we are here today with the finale. I'm excited. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey. So let's not waste any time. You already know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Hey, click that Beacons link down below in the description so you can join our Discord. We do watch parties over there and a bunch of other stuff, and you can join up our Patreon. Only for $1 to get in. We good to go and got some exclusive stuff over there for y'all. But let's get into this finale. I'm ready to go. So we're here to talk about 1996, The Vision of Escaflone. So you know where we like to start with this, and why does this one stick out so much to me? Why did this one resonate with me? So let's just kind of start. From what I can remember, this was the first isekai anime that I have watched. Now, there might be some OVAs or something sprinkled around that time that I might have seen that might be an isekai anime, but I don't remember them. As far as I can remember, this was the first one I've ever watched. For those who do not know what an isekai anime is, it is when you take a person and you send them to another world, another time period that they're just completely out of the loop of. You know, think Sword Art Online, think that time I got reincarnated as a slime, you know, stuff like that. It's actually become a very popular type of anime in the past, let's say the past 5-10 years or so. Like, it's an oversaturated market now, but I love a good isekai. And this was my first introduction to it. Also, the main character, Hitomi, I really liked her as a main character, but we'll hold off on that until we get to the character portion of this. So let me give you an idea of what it's about. Just read the synopsis off to you so you can get an understanding of what the show is. So, a high school student by the name of Hitomi is transported from Earth to a magical world of Gaia, where she meets a young boy prince by the name of Von Fennel and is caught up in his quest to reunite the countries of Gaia against the Communist Zybok Empire. On the way, she discovers a hidden ability and strives to unravel layers of the mystery surrounding Van and his past and the giant machine known as Escaflowne. So, the question is, do you take the time out of your busy schedule to give this one a watch? Yes. No. Maybe. You know what? I'm going to say yes. This was a treat to revisit. I'm glad it's the finale. I'm so glad. So let's just start at the beginning, where we like to start with the opening. Does the opening still slap after all this time? And to be quite honest with you, no, it doesn't. Look, the visuals are cool. Nothing special, but just cool. They do a good job of setting up what the show's going to kind of be about as far as the visuals they display. But the music is completely forgettable, and trust me, you won't be singing it or remember when you moved on past it and moved on to the next one. So let's just leave that there, and let's go on to the characters and ask the question, do the characters still hold up after all this time? And I'm going to say, thankfully, yes, they do. The overall cast is pretty good with a lot of character development and depth. But let me just get into a few of the characters, because there are quite a few characters in this, and we don't have that time. We'll be here, forever talking about all different characters. So let's start with Hitomi, who I mentioned in the beginning of this. I really like her from her design to her development. She's a young high school girl who's into tarot cards, which I think is pretty cool. Something different. She's also into track and field, which is pretty different to me. I've never seen nothing like that before when I was watching it. And she'll speak up for herself. Like, she's not like a shy, timid girl. If she has a problem with something, she'll say it. She's even bold enough, I will say, to confess her feelings for people, and not like you got to wait till the end of the show to see that type of stuff. But I love how the tarot card stuff and the track and field stuff, I like how they implement it within the story without it feeling cheesy and stupid. Like, for instance, I'll give you this clip right here.
So, tell me, can this girl really know all about the boss's past?
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, this clip as well, just so you can understand what I'm talking about.
You're going to wind up flatter than a pancake! Are you listening to me? Hey!
Right. See what I mean? They do it to me, in a good way to not make them feel, like I said, cheesy. So let's move on to one of the other main characters, Vaughn. We have Vaughn Fennell, who is on his quest, like I said in the beginning, to rebuild his kingdom that was decimated by the Zybok Empire, and trying to learn more about his family lineage, what it means for both him and his brother, who happens to be the main antagonist in this, trying to track down his brother and take the Escaflowne for himself. So you can see how his story can get complicated. And also, with dealing with all that, he's also trying to help Hitomi get back home to Earth. I think that's very important to know. And the third character I do want to highlight and talk about is Alan Shazar. He would be the third one in this love triangle between the three. He is the handsome knight who's a badass at the same time. He has his own airship. He has a team of guys that root for him and follow him around and back him up on his missions. He's a pretty cool dude. All the women love him in the show. He's that type of character. And he may or not have a love child with the older sister of his love interest, who happens to be the princess of his kingdom. Like, it's a whole thing going on with him, this kid, the two princess sisters. It is a lot to unpack. But I will say, look, that's just a taste of what's going on in the show, just from a character development standpoint. It's a lot, but it's very entertaining to watch. And like I said, there are many other characters here that just fit in so well within this story. I like the characters and the development of the characters within this show. Now, how does it hold up in the genre itself? Let's see. This I would categorize as adventure, drama, fantasy, romance, science fiction. It's a little bit of all that kind of packed into this. The science fiction portion does stand up, especially when it comes to the origins of Escaflowne and you know, how it was created and why it's here and all that type of stuff. I think it stands pretty well there. We'll get to the action in a second. But the adventure and fantasy portions, just seeing the world of Gaia, how it's built, its citizens, all that, I think it holds very strong there. The action, I think the action is very strong in this, especially coming from 1996, being so long ago. It holds up very well in that department, whether they're fighting in the giant mechs or, you know, just hand-to-hand combat on the ground. It all fits well. I think the love portion of it, though, is what hits strongest. That triangle between the three and everybody's issues that they're dealing with on their own and how it all meshes with the way this triangle is forming, it does a really good job at it. I think it's the strongest portion of the show, honestly. But overall, this revisit was absolutely great from the beginning to end. The story, I love getting back into the mystery behind Escaflowne, how Hitomi fits in the entire world of Gaia and what's her purpose. Just was a real great, strong way for me to finish out this season. And I'm glad that it held up after all this time. So that's it for this season of Anime Vote. I hope you all enjoy it. I appreciate you sitting down to check this out with me. So until next time, everybody, I will catch you later. Deuces.
Loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Did you enjoy what you saw? Of course you did. So if you want to help us out and support us, here's what you can do. On whatever platform you're currently streaming us on, just like, share, and subscribe. Then head over to patreon.com/loading snacks and become one of our patrons there.